guys, welcome back to another video, or as always, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to be working on the Mustang again, and I've gotten two things that I'm crossing off my list for the rear end, and then I'm almost done with it. But today, I'm going to be swapping out the taillights and then getting rid of the wart. So the taillights, I don't mind them, but this one's broken, and I just like the other style a lot better. And then I've just never been a big fan of the wart, so I'm going to get smooth deck lid and then put the newer style GT right there. I think it's gonna look a whole lot better. I know it's been done 100 times, but I want to do it to mine. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do all that stuff, and it's gonna be super easy. The tail lights are ridiculously easy to replace, and then the deck lid's a little bit more into it. You do have to cut a piece of this out, but it's still not that bad, and I'll show you guys all that. So let's get into it. All right, so now I'm going to start with the tail lights just because they're the easiest. And you want to take this panel off. I don't know if you have to take it off, but I'm going to just because it'll make it easier to get to. I think there's a bolt here, and then you can actually see the other two if you just pull this back. There's one here, and then there's one up here. So there's one here, one there, and then I think there's one right behind this panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. You just got these two hand screws. Pull out. There's not a ton of torque on these, so even when you put them back, you don't wanna screw them down crazy tight. They're just plastic clips. And then this should just pop off. Yeah, because there are two little push pins down here. Those should just pop out. All right, now you don't want to pull it too hard because you got your light here. So you don't really have to unplug this either, but I'm going to just to get it out of the way. And so that way it doesn't drain my battery when I'm in here. So now you've got bolt here, so you would have to take that panel off. I don't see you being able to get to that with that panel on. So you've got bolt here, and then a bolt here. So three, and then this whole tail light comes off. And then I'm really excited to show you guys the new ones, which I will here in just a second. But let's pull these guys off. All right, so all the bolts are out. It's just those three, and they're 11 millimeters. And so now, you should be able to pop these guys out. I'm just using one hand, so this kind of shows how not hard it is. So, and there it is, it's out. Go ahead, probably be easier to unplug it first. So that's unplugged. You got your grommet. Push that through. And then there you go. Old broken tail light is out. I'll go ahead and get this one out, and then I'll show you guys the new lights. All right, guys, and these are the new lights. I like these a whole lot better. I feel like it goes better with the whole kind of trying to black out the thing, and these are going to be really cool. And these fit anywhere from I want to say these body styles started in 2010-ish, maybe 2011. But these fit from, I think, 2011 to 14. If you have and again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but a 2010 or 11 to 12, it comes with the spacers because the bumpers kind of drop down in like a weird shape. So it does come with those spacers, but I do not need those because mine's a 14. So 13 to 14, you just put the taillight in. So I'm gonna go ahead, pop that in, and I probably won't really show bolting it in or anything, just because I'm going to show you taking it off. It's the same thing, just backwards. Gonna go ahead and pop that in, pop this side in, shut the trunk, show you guys, and then we'll get you working on the deck lid. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so lights are in. Haven't taken the plastic off yet, but I'll go ahead and close it. Yes, this thing is disgusting, but let me go ahead, peel this off. And those, I think, just look way better than the regular. And they should still sequentially blink. I'll go actually test that out. Oh yeah. So they do still sequentially blink. They look good. This one, I just have that blinker on, so I'll go test this one in a second. But they look bright. See if they look like completely off. And then yeah, they do still flash like that even when the lights are totally off. And then when the parking lights are on, they'll just flash those inner ones. I'll try that other one. Oh yeah. So those are the taillights installed. I'm gonna go ahead and get to doing the deck lid. But before I do that, I got these taillights from LMR. And yeah, so those are done like you guys saw. Super easy to do these, and they look really good. But before I get into the deck lid real quick, wanted to show you guys the car back from the body shop and done. So, and again, it's super dirty, but it looks so much better. It looks better than it did when I got it. There's no more fading clear coat, even though there's cat prints and pollen all over this thing. Really got to clean it, but no more faded clear coat. It is all clean, especially when it's clean. It's all smooth and nice. Looks real good. Again, looks better than it did when I first got it. And then also there was a dent back here. I don't know if I'll be able to find a picture of it. I never really tried to get it too much in pictures, but it was like right here, right in the body line, and it bothered the heck out of me. And also got that fixed. So again, car is better than when I bought it. So super excited about that. But let's get to this deck lid, and I'll show you guys how to do all that. Okay, so when you're taking this deck lid off, there are two Torx bits. They're T15s, at least mine were. I kind of took them off before I grabbed the camera, so I was starting to get a little ahead of myself, but I stopped myself. But yeah, they're two, one here and one here. You just pop those off, and then this should be pretty loose, and then it's held on by a few clips. I'm going to try to break as little as possible, so just in case I want to reuse this at some point, I can pull the other one off, just set this one back on, or maybe sell this one just in case anybody needs it. I don't know, but see if you can see some of the clips in here. There's one there, which that one doesn't look like it's holding on too much, but these ones in here feel like they're pretty solid. So I'm gonna attempt to save as many as I can, but no promises, and no promises to you that you won't break most of these. So I'm gonna get to trying to pry this off, and then we'll get to cutting and installing the new one. All right, so I got this off, and just as I suspected, I broke literally like 7 out of the 10 clips that's on here. So I broke that one, this one, this one, this one. That one's broken. So there's 3 out of most of them. So if I ever do want to put this on, I'm gonna have to get like a whole bunch of 3M tape and just try to figure it out. But I don't plan on ever putting that back on, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. This is what I'm left with. I'm gonna have to clean this up a whole bunch. And then this is the part we're gonna have to cut out. You wanna cut it out like all the way along where it's flat with the panel. Apparently if there's any type of raised, that panel's not gonna sit down flat. And that new one, wherever it is, comes with a whole bunch of tape and stuff to cover these, and then this when you cut it out. So I'm gonna go get my cutoff wheel, and then we'll start grinding on that. I'm gonna get a towel or something to cover this, and then the bumper, so hopefully we don't get any burn marks or anything like that. So let's get to probably cleaning that up first, and then we'll cut that out. All right, so you can use a Dremel or anything. That's just kind of what I have on hand. So I'm gonna use this and just cut this out. All right, so there's that. You can use a Dremel for anything, but like I said, that's about all I had on hand. Took me a little bit, only because my air compressor isn't very strong. So, I mean, if you have a stronger air compressor, you'll definitely get through that a little quicker, but I mean, it still did the job. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit, and then we'll get to installing the deck lid. All right, now that's smooth. I recommend one of these just because I didn't cut all of one of the lips off right here, and this thing with a good grinder pad just cuts that right back down, so I don't have to get that back out and figure that out. And there we go, that should be good. So now I got to re-clear off all this dust, put some rubbing alcohol on this, and then install the smooth one. All right guys, so this kit I also got from LMR. It comes with all these covers, and it will cover all of your little clip holes and then the big hole you cut out. So they give you this, which should be plenty enough to cover that. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that one first. You'll just want to peel the backing off of these, and these are basically like the same backing type as the double-sided tape, so it's really gonna test your patience, but you should be able to get it off. Okay, and then you really don't want to touch this to anything except the car. So actually I already peeled all that off, but if you want to, just peel off a little bit of it just to make sure you get it lined up where you want it. done. I'm gonna go get yet again another alcohol wipe. Wipe it all down again. We'll be able to put the smooth deck lid on. Alright, so here's the deck lid, and as you can see, I went way overboard on the tape, but only because everybody says if you don't, then this could fly off, and I really don't want it to do that. So this is the SVE one. It's got a lip here, so lining it up should be fairly easy. And yeah, start taking this tape off and putting it on. Okay, so that took entirely way too long, but got it all off. Now, going to try to line it up and set her on there. There it is. So I've got to watch these corners. People online say they like to pull up. It's one of the reasons why I overdid it on the tape. Really don't want this guy coming off. And again, it's super dirty, so definitely clean it up. But that looks pretty sick. And like I said, I am going to get the new style GT to put right there. It's on the way, just didn't come in by the time I'm shooting this video. And I think that looks really, really good. And it's gonna look so much better with the GT. So I will post a before and after and let me know what you guys think. I like it a whole lot better. But definitely tell me in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up, guys. Like I said, I'm just about done with the rear end of this thing. The only other thing I want to do is I want to put the RTR license plate surround on with the cutouts here, and then the rear end of this thing will be done. So it's really, really coming along, guys. If you guys have one of these and you put them on, let me know your experience with it long term. I've heard mixed signals, some people saying it's the best, some people say they mess up in like a year. So let me know how your guys' is going. Gonna wrap this up here, got some things to do. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys like the content I'm putting out and want to see more. Comment what you guys think about this and your experience with it if you already have it. I'll leave a link to all of this in the description below so you guys can go check this stuff out. But again, I'm gonna end it off here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.